Welcome to Dan ARG YouTube. Apostle Alfred Uyinosa, the man wey dey talk am as e be, and Victor, dey send message to our Nigeria politicians. Apostle Alfred and Victor don tell our politicians make dem change their attitude. Make I leave you, make you hear the message wey dem bring come today. Enjoy the video.
My good people, una good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on the area una for connect with us this evening. We thank you, Baba God, for the wonderful things we in do do for our life, because not only one they put road where road no day, and not only one they talk word when they reach, and anything we God talk, now final. Welcome when I come another day we God don't create. Talk am as it be in the brokers of truth. When it be say with the talk am as it be. The white man will say it the way it is. Then the Benin will say, tie we no here. My name is Apostle Alfred Uyinosa.
Yes, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. And depending on where we want to take the connect with us live again on today's edition of Talk as it be. Just the way Apostle Talk we want to thank God Almighty for the privilege He don't give us to take C today. My name is Victor Olise.
Yes, my people, how on a day, how on a family, how on a children, how work, how business. And I hope see everything they go well. Kele, small, kele. Yeah, we thank God and let God get power. But this evening, we go one put mouth for this topic and make una sit down, make una listen, and also contribute your own quota, because this matter is serious this evening. Yes, if we check our headline, then I go say attitude that destroyed a nation. Attitude that destroyed a nation. What are some of those attitudes? Envy, jealousy, unforgiveness, strife, greed, covetousness, oppression. All these small attitudes wey I just cause so small thing so, e not small. It is big, well. But when they look on the part of our governance, the attitude of our politician, the attitude of those when we elect or selected or appointed, you know, say that they appoint themselves, that they select themselves. Why we go do? I want to go stay inside some to take vote for them. Their attitude towards humanity, zero. They don't get good character. They don't get good consent. When they talk about character, their attitude to humanity is, in fact, now witchcraft. When it be say they don't get consent to say, okay, make we make life good for the people. Make we make life good for the masses. They're going to come with different character. Today we go feed gas. All of a sudden, they don't increase gas. 12.5 kg. Now 4,950 naira. At least now 5,000 naira be that. The attitude of our government be say, they know what make poor people feel cook, chop. They increase everything. And their attitude, very weak. In fact, their attitude wicked. They are so greedy. The greediness of our political leaders now can they lead to the rise of injustice, killings, poverty for Nigeria. The attitude of our leaders to ensure say we get good healthcare center. They're going to drag leg, or they call it food drag. They're going to drag their leg. They don't want to make the hospital better. So, hospital, no drugs, nothing, wahala. Now, this witchcraft, wicked, demonic attitude of our political leaders, now can they make our youth, they don't tire. What do they make our youth tire? Education. When be said children go school finish, they go come out, nothing. That's why our youth come with a talk say education a scam. Why? Because the attitude and the body language of our leaders. When it's supposed to make sure, say, the educational standard, when we say before you even finish, work not wait for you. Even if work not wait for you, with what you learn from school, you feel go do am, go work and practical. But reverse is the case. So this attitude now they destroy the nation. That's why some of us they shout today, divide the nation. Make everybody go. The attitude of this government, injustice. When it be say one section, go they carry AK-47, it go they walk out for streets, not get shaking. Even government official go even snap with them, they go hold the AK-47. The same government, people will go come and say, we need freedom. The same government go carry bazooka, they will carry AK-48, they go carry SMG, they go come out with armor car, they go begin to chase them with demonic attitude. With this attitude, why we not going to talk and share the nation? Make everybody go their way. Because of the demonic attitude of our leaders. Make a pass the mic, give my brother, because this matter is tied apart this evening.
All right, this topic today now for people when they say their mind, they very, very much open to learn and also to communicate. I don't let's talk this anywhere. Say time go come where they say your skill sets will no longer matter before fronts of CEOs or fronts of leaders. As such say, this boy, this girl, see what he fit do, see what she fit do. Your skill sets will no longer matter. But waiting go matter. Now you are going to call value. And inside this value, attitude, they inside. Such that you will get a business, for example, and two people can apply for one particular position. Two of them, they get the skill set required to be employed. But out of the two of them, one gets the right attitude to work. The other one get the skill set, but you don't get the right attitude to work. Who you go employ? You employ the one that has the skill set, and at the same time, that same person that has the right attitude to work. May I carry us go further? Say if you spell the word attitude, and you can't say you want convert them from alphabet to numerical values, such that, okay, fine, A now 1 plus, that's A plus T, to carry them till you reach E. No any other word on planet Earth reach 100%. Attitude is the only word when we say if you plus them together, A plus T plus I plus T plus U plus D plus E, plus them together, it will give you 100. No any other word. You can go and do your research about it. That's to show, say this topic this evening called attitude. Now waiting we supposed to pay attention to as we carry into governance. Now waiting be our interest as we want to marry the attitude of Nigerian politicians to governance. Why? We know say our leaders are not perfect beings, and as such they are perfecting people. We expect to see the right attitude to work from our politicians. So for example, say they kidnap so and so people. We expect that in the next 5 minutes, in the next 10 minutes, in the next 1 hour, we should have our politicians, elected politicians, come up on air and tell Nigerians that, fellow Nigerians, it has just gotten to our notice that see waiting happen. But trust me that we have swing into action and to ensure say see waiting will happen in the next couple of days, in the next couple of weeks, in the next couple of months, in the next couple of years. Attitude to governance. Say the chief of army staff of Federation died. Until date, we don't see any form of remorse from government representatives, such that okay, this and this and this now wetin happen when make the chief of army staff die. Just yesterday, Emir of Kaduna State kidnapped and 12 others. We have still not heard officially, from government representatives. Attitude to governance. All these things, now you can make different groups across the country count the amount. Say, okay, fine. If this is the case, these people don't send us. These people don't know we are existing, and as such, we have to go our separate ways. Now, I want you this medium take officially, strategically, structurally to challenge the Nigerian politician. Why on earth do they treat people bad in the eyes of the obvious? We can see your attitude, and then you are saying we should keep quiet. And now for those of us when they come out and we are agitating that this country be divided, and we are agitating that we need referendum, and we are agitating that the country to be restructured, why tag us as enemy to the nation when you as government elected officials don't prove to us in clear terms say una attitude to work is zero, and as such the need why individuals like us they come out, they speak the voice of the voiceless, they represent people when we say they don't get the opportunity to air their own opinion. This is why we say this evening that either we take it or leave it. The attitude to work in governance is minus 50, not zero. It's minus 50. Such that in this same country, Attorney General office catch fire. And we are looking at it like normal. Till today, no probe or whatsoever. Till today, no probe or whatsoever. It is still in this same country that a president would leave the shores of his nation and travel to another country for health checkup. Attitude to governance in health. Attitude to governance in education. It is still in this country that you will see education. For example, the tertiary institution go on strike for 8 months. It is still in this same country. You see students when they supposed to do course for 4 years, we spend 6 years and 8 years for a course for 4 years. It is in this same country you will see students spend 3 years for one section when it's supposed to take 6 months. You will spend 3 years because of strike, because of protest, because of whatsoever. Attitude to education. Now, attitude to humanity. How does the government officials, how do they think human? How do they relate with their people that they are governing? How? Minus 50 over 100. All this attitude put together is the major reason, and has been the major reason why this country has continued to backpedal faster than we've expected. And this is why we said this evening, Talk Must Be is not just a platform that agitates, no. Talk Must Be is a platform that educates people. And that's why when I started, I talked one thing. I said this evening topic is a topic for open-minded people. It's a topic for people who are willing to learn, willing to relearn, and willing to unlearn, such that we can teach each other. This attitude also cut across our families. This attitude also cut across our individual selves. Many of us get the wrong attitude for our own self. And this is what also transfer in the political sphere. So you see people who have the wrong attitude for themselves, they go into governance and they exemplify it as well.
God bless you, my brother. In the shelter, I don't fold in my hand. They shake my head. Because now who want find road to future. Now go sit down and listen to what they talk. Now the truth be this. Since when we don't shout kidnapping for Benin Auchi Road, what has been the attitude of our government? I don't care attitude. They don't care. Why? Because not be their brother they kidnap, not be their sister they kidnap, not be their in-law they kidnap, or not be the governor they will kidnap, not be the deputy they will kidnap, or not be President Bubu they kidnap. They don't care. So that's the reason why the masses they cry, they shout. What is going on? I don't care attitude. In fact, the reason why things don't go well for this country again, now I don't care attitude on the part of our leaders. I don't care. They don't care. They don't really care. The same country, some people say that they get them. Now they go carry cow. They go enter people's farm. They go destroy farmland. Anywhere you plant, they go scatter around. Unguarded land, government don't care. What useless attitude? I don't care attitude. If they like to make hunger beat the people, it don't concern them. Now the same attitude where the government they display towards the people. Now make una they get up say, we no go agree. Give us our own nation. The same attitude, what the I don't care attitude, where the government display, now make sure the boss come out to say, waiting they happen. We no go agree. We want our nation. Why? Because the I don't care attitude, where various leaders, whether political leaders, whether traditional rulers, whether religious leaders, all their attitude now I don't care attitude. See our street, motor road go spoil. E get one place for 10th junction, 2nd junction, near Faith, what to be popular transport line.
Peace.
No. Wait there for 2nd junction.
That should be Faith.
Yes, Faith Motor. Faith Motor. Front of Faith Motor. I don't know where water from the commands. As they walk on the road, they go, some people, I don't know, before you know, that road does spoil. From front of Faith Motor. Attitude, I don't care attitude. When you stop that transport company to say, this one of my fronts of business, where I for the collect money, make I find how I want to do this place. Even if they don't do one, it is spoil. Why they not trace the people when they connect water enter the road? Attitude. Now this I don't care attitude, now they make the road spoil because nobody won't care. And at this I don't care attitude, they make our people will carry dirty from inside house they'll go throw am for gutter. By the time rain don fall, water go begin dey fall where one pass, they go come back to the house of the person when they carry the tree go put for gutter. Onyi mama or your mom, na your character now go tell people who you be. Our character, the way we dey handle things for Nigeria is barbaric and demonic. I don't care. My brother talk about education. How a whole institution go on strike for 8 months? Government they drag their leg. This one they shift blame, they shift blame. A they blame B, B they blame A, C they blame D. Before you know, some students come carry belle for house, come born. So come become your mama. Some of the men for inside, they come begin they call sugar daddy, they go. Why? Because of the evil attitude of our leaders. My people, our attitude, now they responsible for the too many agitation for this country today. Our political leaders. Yesterday, according to them, Sharon when he fall, he don't leak enter National Assembly again. Now, the veranda now, people don't dey sweep water. The money where they budget, so they want to renovate the National Assembly. Where the money? Their attitude be say there is always money will always be there. That's why they don't do anything. Let keep eating and forget the masses. My people, this matter. Now what you willing to sit down to dissect. Then you also ask yourself, what will be my own attitude to work? What will be my own attitude to humanity? Some of us when they work, our office will resume by 7. We go come by 8. We go right 7 a.m. Attitude. And you expect to deliver. You don't even deliver. So now all these things, now they're responsible for everything we they experience for our society today. Your character will always find you out. Like us for Nigeria today, we pretend to be handsome, beautiful, everywhere we find, but the inside is so dirty, smelly, and stinking. Our attitude. We need to check our attitude again. Greed, covetousness, pride, unforgiveness. All these things, now they lead to all the nyama who they spread today for our society.
All right, I want carry again come from back, and I want to tag citizens' negligence to participate in governance. Citizens' negligence to participate in governance. Citizens' negligence to participate in governance has been the #1 reason why government officials' attitude don't continue to gain ground. I won't come again. That citizens' negligence to participate in governance now be the #1 reason why this evil attitude of politicians don't continue to rise. Why? Because me and you say you don't consign us. That's the negligence. We say you know why should, okay. I want to ask us this evening now. All of us when they watch us now, and those of us who go watch this video after now, no go Google, no check out. Answer this question now. As I want me answer this question now. How much be the salary of your House of Assembly rep? How much? Many of us don't know. Many of us don't know. Your House of Rep or Senator, how much did they allocate to their office as constituent allowance? Many of us don't know. Me and you negligence to participate in, so they don't know, say, these people, they don't know anything. I bet don't give them. This is why they will now bring wheelbarrow. They will bring a pan. They will bring one bowl and we'll be celebrating. Again, one organization when I volunteer for, when they release, I don't want to talk, come on. When they release the amount for Edo State, when they spend for social project, when I see them, I almost burn that report. You would see 200 million naira to train women and youth in one day community. You will see 50 million naira for youth skill acquisition in Oriomo. I say, I don't understand. Where and when did all this happen? This is when they talk, so, I have the report. It's in my room. But we don't know. No, sight back. All of us, or most of us, see one video went trend last week for one gutter, one drainage, when they don't cast, when they just plaster. What happened immediately? You realize, say, the deputy governor, the office of the governor, acted, right? Within how many hours? What happened there? When citizens participate, what happened? The people's interest was served. So when that guy participates, that guy no passing, I didn't know, he no concern me. He went, he took the risks. Say, make we see what they do for you. Now he touch her, now he got her for. Got her for. What happened? The government swung into action. Citizens' negligence to participate in governance has been one of the major reasons why the attitude we see portrayed by our politicians continue to be the order of the day. This is why even in elections, it get what they call voters' apathy. Voters' apathy. Now, the rate at which citizens come out to vote. So, for example, you have 100 people in a particular polling unit to vote, 100 eligible voters to vote. But at the end of the day, you end up having 15 voters in that polling unit. So what happened to the remaining 85? That is what is called voters' apathy. Citizens' negligence to participate. As such, why we not go come rig the election? Politicians will rig the election to their favor. Why? Because the people refuse to participate.
Why we go participate?
Why we go participate is because the system does not favor us. And as such, the people must come out.
Boko is hungry, but let him go participate.
Hungry?
You don't say we're hungry.
No, Apostle, let's get it right. Either we take it or we leave it. If we come out to participate in our hungry stomach, in our empty stomach, it is better for us than to stay indoor with our empty stomach. Why? Because no champion is made without a challenge. So if we do not come out in our empty stomach to confront them, we will die in hunger inside the house.
No, we like enjoyment too.
We will die in hunger. So this is why we say, for us to reduce to its barest minimum the attitude portrayed by politicians, then that means we must reduce our negligence to participate in governance.
And the same attitude now our people they display for election. You shall say as the campaign don't start, our people will begin to collect 1,000 naira, 50 naira, Maggi, pepper, apron, face cap. Now we go dey collect, say, this one na my share. As we dey collect am, the day of election, we go dey wait for who cook rice come. So na the party wey dey cook better rice or wey dey share money, now we come go stand for their back because of hunger. Time don reach for us to change that attitude. When e be say, if they bring money come during election, we go say abeg go with your money. The money wey you wan share so, why you no use the money take do road? Why you no use the money take build school for us? This is the reason why our attitude, greed, longer throat. We need to remove longer throat from money wey no be our own. Because after you don collect the money from government or from the candidate, and you go come say make you no collect the money back, na lie o. Because if you spend 2 billion for campaign take bribe una, as he enter position, if he never collect 30 billion, he no go do road. You no go see water. Una school go leak well well. Like that my brother wey come dey shout say school don dilapidate. Na so dey be. Where the people for the area during election, shebi dey collect money. They collect money from politicians. Greed. If we must change, we will change to say, come, Oga, you want to campaign. That school wey don spoil, go repair am. Now you dey start to. So one councillor just come out, hey, I will do this when you vote for me. Hey, Oga, before we vote for you, the money wey you wan share, you see that school wey dey my papa backyard, where the roof wan fall, go the roof am, go plaster am, go paint am. Then you come. We'll go inspect. If you do okay, we can vote for you. Maybe area where bridge not there, and any politician come, he say, hey, don't worry, as you vote me in, I will make sure I do the bridge. Okay, more than tell am say that money wey one come give party elders, those leaders, use the money to do bridge. As you do the bridge, we cannot talk business, we cannot vote. But whereby they go call, they go promise and fail, they go promise, they don't dey fulfill am. So the citizen right to begin to question, the reason why our people don't fit question political leaders, we say during campaign they collect their share. You dey hear me so?
Yeah.
That's the reason why they don't fit ask the question. Because when they campaign, they share salt give you, they give you wrapper, they give you face cap. You don't think children are free money. They borrow the money. So that's the reason why the citizen rights for us to begin to hold our politicians accountable. Now make we begin to run from their money during election. So I go say collect it is our money. See, as you collect it, you go suffer for another 4 years. Now be waiting with the pass through for Nigeria today. The other day, they kidnapped school children from one Baptist school for Kaduna. I saw the parents, they kneel down, they pray. And I know say God will answer that prayer. What will be the attitude of other Christians? When they talk, we come out to say we're not agree. All the leaders will come out. That's the same thing. The rope when they thank government, now she tell our religious leader. They say rope, attitude. Since they have been kidnapping our people, what has been the attitude of our religious leaders? I've been just to talk for microphone on Sunday to say I condemn the act. Or we don't come out to say for the next 2 weeks we shut down everywhere. Shutting down everywhere simply means we will begin the organized prayer section from each of the junction. So when government will pass the con, they listen to our prayer. Our attitude. Now these are the things everybody we must look into. Or else we go talk. Now where we dey, now we still dey.
So why we think say the matter no concern us? It concern you. This morning we drive out and Apostle Fino here. One guy dey our back. He can't make one call. Then the guy say, They carry dead body, they come from Enugu. Apostle, as they talk to, they don't kidnap dead body.
Hey, I hear that, but don't pay attention. Hey, oh, Jesus Christ.
As they talk so, eh? As they talk so, I'm laughing, but I'm not laughing. Why are they laugh? And they try to imagine what did they use the dead body do for inside bush? As in, I don't understand. As they talk to, they don't kidnap the dead body.
You know why? Our northern governor, ably led by El-Rufai, is in a business. It's business.
They kidnap the call. As the guy they make the call, I look up, I laugh. Is it they don't kidnap the dead body and the people will carry the dead body? See now that they call for ransom. You think say you know concern you also. To be honest, when you see some of us, when they come out every day, they talk about national development. Not be because say we don't get food for us. To be honest, God is faithful. To be honest, God is faithful. But we know, say, some people dey 1,000 naira in a day. 1,000 naira in a day. And that's a family of 4 children and 1 wife. And this is why we come out on a daily basis. How do we talk to ourselves? How do we get it right? What do we have to do? What should we stop doing? What should we continue to do? But at times, in the day Marvel say, you see some people will still come, they will still bring in their own tribal issue, tribal sentiments, they will bring in their own religious sentiments. Oga, in the eyes of the obvious,
Wow.
your members are dying. Your members are suffering in the eyes of the obvious. Yes. Your members are dying. Your members can't pay house rent. Your members are being sent out of their houses.
Because I think was a pastor.
But you see the pastor driving on fleets of vehicles. I tell Apostle this thing one day. I tell Apostle that if Nigeria remains as a nation and it is divine and God say Victor become the president of this country, nobody will get past 2 cars for this country.
No,
I don't care.
No, make it 3. We'll make it 3.
Apostle.
We'll make it 3.
Okay, maybe. But 2 cars!
Yeah, sure.
See, if you get more than 2 cars, you are going to pay so much tax. Sir, I'm very sorry. You are going to pay so much tax. We will collect those vehicles and we will auction those vehicles. What will it stop the government to do what is right? They know what is right, but they refuse to do what is right because you and I have refused to teach ourselves. We have refused to learn what we are supposed to learn so that when we are communicating with this set of people, we have the right content to present it before them. But you still see part of the masses. You still see some of us when we say that they suffer. They suffer. Suffer don't tire for their sufferness. They will still come up and they will spill rubbish against the obvious because they belong to party A or party B.
Well, my people, we're not going to stress this matter this evening. I believe we don't drive home, we don't send our message. A word is enough for the wise. Make we change our attitude. Governors, politicians, make we change our attitude for good, so that things go better for us for this country. But if we don't want to change, make we divide the country, make everybody go in a separate way. And so we see them. Now well done.
All right, thank you everyone for joining us again on today's edition of Focus Asibi. My name still remains Victor Olise.
Twale.
Now we don't hear from Apostle Alfred Uyinosa and Victor. Let us know what you think for comment section. If you never subscribe to Dan ARG YouTube, try make you subscribe so that make you for the hear all the things where they happen for Nigeria. Make I leave you now with this video, make you help us share them. Thank you for watching Dan ARG YouTube.